Okay, so now that you've graphed both of your functions, you're going to have to find the sum of the two functions you chose. So for my example, my two functions are x minus 4 and 2x plus 2. So in the next page, this is page 13. The next page for me will be page 14. You're going to go ahead and call this next page combining linear functions. So you now have two functions that you graphed. Mine were x minus 4 and 2x plus 2. These are my examples, okay? I'm going to go ahead and do part 1, which is the sum of functions, okay? Meaning I have to add up f of x and g of x, okay? So I'm going to take f of x, which is x minus 4, and then I'm going to add it to 2x plus 2. Okay, pretty simple, nothing crazy. I'm just adding the two functions together. So step 1, add the two functions. Step 2, you need to now combine like terms. So like terms are the terms that are like each other, right? So for example, so combine like terms. If I take a look at my two functions, I'm going to highlight the two terms that both have x's. So x has a term in front of it, or isn't, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to highlight, there we go. This has an x in it, and then plus 2x also has an x in it. And then I have two numbers, minus 4 and plus 2. So hopefully this is familiar from your Algebra 1 class. You're going to take the terms that are alike each other and combine them. So we have x plus 2x is being combined. Oops, sorry, I gotta remove the highlight. Okay. Okay. X plus 2x are being combined, and minus 4 plus 2 are being combined. Okay. So x plus 2x, okay, 1 apple plus 2 apples is 3 apples. So 1x plus 2x is 3 x's. And then minus 4 plus 2, so if I'm on the number line, and this is, if you know how to do minus 4 plus 2, that's great. I just want to make sure if you don't that we're kind of thinking of strategies to do minus 4 plus 2. If I'm on the number line at minus 4, plus 2 means I got to move to the right 2. So 1, 2, and I'm over here at negative 2. So 3x minus 2. Okay? So my function f of x plus g of x is now one function, 3x minus 2. So I took two functions, I added them together, and I made one function, 3x minus 2. It is you chose a pair of functions. Now you have to add your pair that you chose. And then after you do that, you're going to go ahead and graph the new function. So for me, again, you can use a table of values, or you can graph if you know how to graph linear functions. But you know, I know how to graph linear functions, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. For linear functions, so again, I'm going to get an xy axis. I know that we have a y-intercept, which is where we start. Again, if you don't know how to do this, you can use a table of values. That's totally fine. But if you're kind of familiar with slope and y-intercept, you can use that. So y-intercept here is minus 2. So I know I have a point at 0, minus 2. too big, sorry. Try to make this smaller, but I won't shrink. Okay, well, let me fix that. I know that my graph has a slope of 3. I'm going to take this. It keeps enlarging it. Don't know what's going on here. I'm just going to do this. Sorry. Okay, so I know I have a point at 0, -2, because that's my y-intercept. Right here, -2. Then I know I have a slope of 3 over 1, so 3. So I'm going to go over 1 up 3, over 1 up 3, and I have a line that goes through these points, okay? So I would like for you to go ahead and take your sum of your functions and graph the new function, and then answer this question, which is, what do you notice? Compare this to your original 2 graphs, and then talk about what you notice, okay? So once you finish comparing, so you have your original 2 graphs, and then you have a new graph, write down what you observe, no right or wrong, I just want to see what you notice. Take a photo of your work in your notebook, and then upload it on Dreamseed.